out working because the work never ends. Work, 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 work. So it's just about to rain. I'm taking advantage of the opportunity of, well, these buggers are flying still. Well, I'm gonna move them anyways because we are just about to get rain. It'll just be a few drifters, I suppose. I'll get that smoker going. My last video, I was showing an example of, the early start of the fall knockdown when, I could be putting a box back to house a surplus of forager bees, but due to workload and just seeing no difference at the end result, when you start to 2 weeks later, it's all the same things sort out, foragers drift off. The question is being asked, why am I not, taking that box of bees and simply dropping a queen in there? We have an opportunity here as beekeepers, on the prairies anyways, where we have this abundance of crop that builds this huge population of bees, to which ends abruptly, which leaves us with gobs of bees hanging outside the front. Typically, that second week of August, middle of August, getting to the end of August, much less of a degree. But we have all this surplus of bees. And as I'm showing the example here in my video, the very exaggerated form of it, striking the iron real hot, where these bees are in terrific shape. I have bees everywhere. Why aren't we building more late season splits? There's a lot of dynamics that have to fall into place to be able to make it work. It doesn't always work, but for a good part of the time, we can invest a small amount of money to build this decent little nuke, be able to capitalize on this opportunity and kill that varroa almost completely due to the nature of no brood, targeting those mites in a sphoretic state with oxalic acid. Clean them right up. So easy. Once, maybe twice with oxalic. Get a queen in there, get her laying once, twice, which is the trick. That's why we can't leave it too late in the season. We need that queen to rear that nest. Get them through winter into a viable unit. So yeah, it's quite obvious, smack you across the head. We should be doing more of this. I need to set up my systems to be able to have more available equipment available at this time. Pre-plan more available queens to be available at this time, and maybe structure my workforce differently at this time instead of focusing. Well, yeah, it's so hard. There's so much honey coming in, so busy. But capturing some of that cost of labor, redirecting them to make up some nukes really easily, really target those mites, get those nukes going, prepare them for winter. The opportunity is there. So I guess my question back to the commenter is, why aren't you doing it? You are managing your colonies basically the same way I am. You have those bulk bees the same as I do. It's just the way I manage, it just exaggerates the situation. Your bees are hidden away in your boxes. Manage your bees the same way as I do. They'll be hanging out the front. So why aren't you doing it? Why as an industry are we not doing it ourselves? We're looking at this magic bullet to manage this varroa when maybe the answer is right in front of us. Start managing these bees without brood in a package where we can, completely target and eliminate that mite. Get them going in the fall. The trick is getting them through winter. But when all the dynamics line up very successfully, can we get these little units through, which explode into a productive unit in the spring? at very little cost. So it is a very important question to be asking. We need to be thinking outside the box. We can't be intimidated with the old style way of thinking. We need to progress ourselves, manipulate our own management of the operation in a way that we can fully capitalize on these opportunities. That answer might just be right in front of us. Here is a pretty good reason why. Making up bulk bee splits requires equipment and seems simple enough. I protect my honey boxes because I don't have enough of them, so it's not like I can just drop queens in honey boxes and make up a bunch of splits. This season, I basically, by mid-July, absolutely every one of my boxes, brood chambers and honey boxes, were out in the field. No equipment. But as I work through the honey flow, I come across dead ones. And here's my accumulated pile so far of dead equipment. So this is what I'm using to make some bulk bee splits. Not very many, as you can see. This is all I've collected so far, because I'm not all the way through my round yet. I'm probably going to pick up a heck of a lot more than this, but it's going to be end of August before I completely accumulate my dead outs. And when I do, they have to be worked through. Dead outs are pollen bound, honey bound, running through the extractor. It has to be sorted, boxes need to be called out, frames need to be called out. It's not just like you take a dead out, throw it up on top, because it doesn't really work that way. So, it is late Sunday afternoon. I should be at the lake with my family. And here I am scraping up equipment to make bulk bee splits. It just reinforces the fact that just because the opportunity is there doesn't mean you can always capitalize on it. I'm trying to. I just have to work my system in order to make things flow. So, just an example of the limitation. Sometimes ideas seem very bright and shiny, but to follow through with it, a lot needs to be implemented, planned, to make it follow through properly.